So, for our vampires, we've got zombies, 4 of them up front, with White King supporting them. White King's going to be naked, it seems. And aside from that, we're going to be looking at Skeleton Warriors and Graveguard. So Skeleton Spearmen, Graveguard, Skeleton Warriors. So it looks like we're going to have a total of 3 Graveguard, one of them being the ROR Stearnsman with regeneration. And then we're going to have Skeleton Spearmen. Appears to be 2 of them. So, aside from that infantry, we'll have a single unit of Blood Knights back here in the forest. And then we're going to be looking at the Claw of Nagash Regiment of Renown Mortis Engine. Has the chill effect, slowing units down, and also saps them of their life. Going to be looking at a Vargulf, cause that terror and bulldoze all of the enemy units. And then leading this force, Vladdy Daddy. It's been a while, Vlad. How have you been? Everyone's favorite dad, besides me, of course, because I am a dad. And the dad. Anyways, the Karstein ring, he's going to be wearing it. Gives him that lovely debuff to damage. He can only use it once, though. Only lasts 30 seconds. But he's going to have Master of Beguilement, Arcane Conduit, Curse of Years, Raise of Dead, Invocation of Nehek, Blood Drinker, and he is just zigzagging. You know what? If only he had given lessons to poor little, whatever his name, Stark boy, Rickon Stark. Because Rickon didn't understand the zigzag strategy like Vlad does. Clearly, Vlad recognizes that if you move in a serpentine pattern, your enemy has a much harder time shooting you. Never a straight line. Now, for the Skaven, going to have a Hellpit Abomination looking furious over here. Going to have some Clan Rats. Front line of them. Looks like 4. And one of them will be the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers ROR. We have the Blight Scabs Plague Pack, Plague Monk Censor Bearers Regiment of Renown. They have Demagoguery in an area of effect which makes their allies immune to psychology. Council Guard Storm Vermin, ROR, going to have immune to going to be unbreakable, with some Clan Rat Spears up in front supporting them. In the back, we are going to have 2 Rat Ogres, as well as a single unit of Warplock Giselles. I love it. We're also going to have an Assassin. This Assassin will have Assassin's Trophy, Rival High Talisman, Slippery, and then Lord Skrulk will have Liber Bonicus, Rod of Corruption, Stand Your Ground, Pestilent Birth, Vermintide, as well. This is regular passives. So, for the frontline engagements, taking a look here, we're going to see a Plague Monk summon go into combat against some Graveguard. Looking at how they do there, doesn't look like they're going to do the best, especially against the Storm Vermin Graveguard. But they're going to hold their own for a little bit, buy the Skaven, forces some time. Clan Rats taking on the zombies. They're doing just fine in that combat. Over here, it looks like we're going to be seeing a big blob fight starting to happen. Hellpit Abomination fighting with the Vargulf. Blood Knights are over here as well, though, and they're doing quite a number on top of the Hellpit. And the Hellpit has Curse of Years on top of it, too. So it needs to get out of combat ASAP, lickety-split like yesterday, because these Blood Knights are just making quick work of it, and the Claw of Nagash is over here just sapping this entire flank of its health. And the Council Guard are going to dive in, and that's pretty much the perfect unit to try to plug up this hole. They're unbreakable. They will stay here till the bitter end. But once again, get the Hellpit Abomination out of there. It's not a complete loss yet because the Hellpit Abomination does regenerate, but he needs to get out of there yesterday. Checking in on the other side of the battlefield, infantry engagement seemed to be going okay for the Skaven. The Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers completely dominating the front line. The Blight Scabs Plague Pack doing very well in their support, and the Rat Ogre combination with the Clan Rat seems to be enough to deal with the Graveguard and their zombie brethren. But meanwhile, over here in the leadership large entity engagements, they are, as one of my friend's mom used to say, shit in the bed. So just shit in the bed so hard. And once again, not to be harsh, it's just a term from a friend's mother I once knew. But this Hellpit Abomination could have been regenerating that whole time, pulled out of that engagement, left the Council Guard there to plug the hole, and then just come over here, you know, cause some mayhem in another part of the battlefield. One thing the Skaven have been doing beautifully here is keeping these Warplock Giselles out of danger and allowing them to fire non-stop into the Claw of Nagash. Claw of Nagash has taken a lot of damage. It's a very powerful healing single entity unit, so it's hard to kill it, but as you can see, they've definitely done some work, and actually it only appears they've done just over 500. But hey, they're getting there. Right now we're going to be seeing Invocation of Mehek on top of all of the undead forces, really helping keep them alive here. The Council Guard still holding firm and have just gone under half health. Looks like a zombie summon is going to be going out, trying to catch the Warlock Giselles, but the Skaven doing a good job of intercepting them with Clan Rats. Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers are back here too, but the Blood Knights are once again on top of the Hell Pit, and, you know, there goes the Hell Pit Abomination. And without the Hell Pit Abomination, I just think it's going to be over. I really can't overemphasize this point. Oh, but too ugly to die, or whatever it is. What is it called? Hell Pit Abomination. I can't remember what it is. Too horrible to die. That's what it was. So too horrible to die popping and bringing its leadership and health right back up. And Blood Knights had to pull out of combat there. Get Invocation to Heck. But the big problem for the Skaven now is, oh no, the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers left. And when they left, guess what happened? Skeleton Spearmen and Blood Knights came back here, picked up the Warlock Giselles, and that is a devastating loss. Rat Ogres are going to dive in here to try to help, but Spearmen and Blood Knights both will make quick work of Rat Ogres. They are tailor-made to counter them. And damn, Hell Pit Abomination getting lower and lower on health once again. So Warlock Giselle, Hell Pit Abomination, there's really nothing left to work in this Skaven army as far as I'm concerned. The Assassin's still okay. Lord Skrulk and the Warlock Engineer are still around, so I guess they do still have some things. And the Blight Scabs Plague Pack are still very, very healthy and on the battlefield. But you know what else they're not doing is fighting anything. Oh no, both of these units have just been idle, I think, since the main frontline engagement happened. Oh, that is such a huge loss. But, oh no, it's a shame to see. I mean, I really like the Skaven player's army. I think it had all of the tools necessary to win this fight. And I just think there was like a couple of key mistakes there. And I also don't want to take away from PoisonDucky's play here. He played this very, very well, and, you know, best of both of these fresh recruits, showing a ton of promise, in my opinion. So better luck next time to fpod, and, you know, congrats to PoisonDucky. We're going to go see how he does in the final, and in the final he will be up against... Why is my mind blanking? Well, in any case, let's just finish this battle, and then we'll see. Oh, Rat Ogres charging in into this din of battle. I'm singing too much tonight. A little kooky. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed it up because I think this is over and I do want to get to the final, so we have enough time. But yeah, you can see it's just turned into kind of this blob engagement that's going to go on for a while, but the balance of power is just more and more going to go in favor of our undead player here, because he has all of his key units left in the battlefield. The Lord, the Blood Knights, Claw of Nagash, White Kings, so he may have lost all of his infantry, but he still had ample supply of his important units. Oh, and the Vargulf too. So yeah, great games to both player. fpod, better luck next time, and PoisonDucky, congrats on that semifinal win.